Hey guys, Kurt from Time Machine Transport. Just in Missouri today. Kind of nasty out. Doing an oversize from Yuma, Arizona to Glenwillow, Ohio. Ohio, Kumquat. Anyways, I don't know why I said that, but so I'm in Missouri, and as you guys are well aware, I have my medical notice card, right? So when I stopped in Shawnee, Oklahoma yesterday at a truck stop, a Native American casino truck stop, and I went in with my card, and they were all wearing masks, and there was a security guard in there, and he's like, "Sir, you need a mask," and he's sitting at this little desk, and he's got a box full of masks. And I said, I don't wear a mask. I said, I have a medical condition. Anyways, soaking wet from rain. I just walked in the truck stop. Take care of business, but I got my other shirt hanging up on the bunk there. I was driving, and my driver's side windshield wiper just almost blew off the truck. There's a little round piece, and on the wiper itself, it inserts on there. It must be a little bracket or something that broke. So I stopped like 3 times I siliconed it down, and I figured, okay, and I zip tied the arm kind of to the rotating part of the motor, and that didn't work. I had to stop 3 times. It was pouring rain, and I only had one wiper, and it was the passenger side. So I got to re-silicone and everything, but I can't really do anything until tomorrow. So it's gotta set up overnight. But anyways, I can't go through St. Louis anyways, because when you do oversize, I'm 12 wide, but when you do oversize, a lot of people don't realize you have curfews. You can't drive at dark. In some states you can, depending on your width, but also in the morning. I think if you're like 10 wide or something like that, you don't have to. But if you're like 10 and over, you can't drive in big cities because it's called a curfew. You can't drive like morning rush hour, like St. Louis is 6:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. And then they have an afternoon curfew for people getting out of work for rush hour traffic, and that's from 3:30 to 6:30. So I'm like 30 miles from St. Louis, and I wouldn't have made it on my time. But anyways, so I just got to doing my IFTA, and it's another thing you got to do when you have. I don't say I own my own business, but when you're an owner op, you got to do quarterly IFTA taxes, and it's a pain in the ass. Anyways, I totally digress every time I start a video, because I want to let you guys know what's going on and what I'm doing and where I'm at, right? So anyways, I told the security guard, I said I'm not wearing a mask. And then everybody was masked up. There must have been 30 fucking people sitting in that truck stop because they had cheap fuel. So the girl behind the counter, old fucking hag, she's like, "Sir, you're going to have to wear a mask." I said, "I have a medical condition." I said, "I can't. Can I see that?" So I gave it to her. She took it. She called her boss over at the big casino. She goes, "Yeah," and she read it off. She goes, "Yeah, that's what I thought." She goes, "Sir, if you want to do business in here, you got to wear a mask." I said, I'm not wearing a mask. So I grabbed my thing all shitty, and I said, "All you guys in here are slaves. Every single one of you guys are just obedient slaves." And then the gal behind the counter, "You don't have to be ugly." I'm like, "You guys are all ugly with your masks on." I fucking snapped. Anyways, that's not the reason for the video. The reason for the video is I stopped in Mount Vernon, Missouri last night on I-44. I don't know what mile marker it is. I wasn't paying attention. But there's a TA, a Travel Centers of America. And I hadn't gone in last night, but I went in this morning to take a sure. So I had my little medical card on me. And when I walked in, they had the little shields by the registers, but none of the staff was wearing masks. Nobody. And I was like, man, how refreshing is that? So I went inside, took a shower, and the lady was kind of looking at I could see her when I was paying for my shower, my shirt. Hi, baby, I love you. Hi, Mom. Shout out to my cousin Dan and all my brothers and sisters that subscribe to the channel. How you guys doing? So, anyways, I can see her. She's kind of squinting, an older gal, looking at my thing, and I'm not making eye contact with her. And then so I grabbed my shower receipt, my ticket, and I went and took a shower. So, anyways, when I came back out, I didn't have my card on because there's no reason for it. And so I got my coffee and stuff and this and that, and one of the other gals and I were talking. She liked my tattoos on my calves or whatever, and we were talking, and I told her, I said I have my own channel or whatever, and I said, you know, I had made up that card. I said the wordage isn't mine, it came from Logic Before, or I'm always screwing up this dude's channel's name. Logic Before Authority, that's what it is. Logic Before Authority, it's on his YouTube channel. So I can't take credit for the wordage, but I shrunk it down, put it in the 4x6 plastic, the lanyard, blah, blah, blah. She goes, well, I need one of those. So I said, well, go on my channel. I said, you can go ahead and, you know, call me, send me your address, or email me your address, and we'll mail you out one for 10, 12 bucks. So she said, yeah, she's going to do that. But anyway, so I thought maybe it might have been just this truck stop, or just the TA in Mount Vernon. No, I just came over here by Dottie's on mile marker 208 on I-44. I was going to shut down at the Flying J in Sullivan, which is like another 18 miles or something. But they got a really big truck stop parking lot here, and being oversized, you know, you try to not take up other people's parking spots because that's rude. So I just went in there to take care of business and wash up and everything and wash my hands, and they're not wearing masks either. So it must be a Missouri thing. So, man, I mean, how refreshing is that, man? I mean, just absolutely refreshing to not see people with masks. And who would have thought that back in January during the new year, when you were kissing and hugging on everybody and wishing them a happy new year and this and that we'd be sitting here wearing masks and arguing about masks and all this other political agenda that they have going on. But it's like, my God, I mean, who would have thought that? And then, I mean, something as small is not wearing a mask. I mean, that's like a huge deal now, man. I feel like, I'm elated. I told the gals at the TA, I'm like, man, it is so refreshing to see nobody with masks. I mean, that's crazy. That is absolutely crazy that's what elates me. Is, I mean, obviously my wife does, and my family and stuff like that. You know, being alive and, you know, being pretty much overall pretty healthy. But I mean, I just can't believe. I honestly can't believe that a whole state is that the businesses are not wearing masks. I love that. I mean, shout out to Missouri's governor. I don't know who it is, but, and if you guys don't know, Missouri is the only state that is allowed a militia per the government. Go on and look at it. It's fact. Missouri is the only state that can legally have a militia, a uniform militia. Yeah, look it up. It's true. But yeah, anyways, so that's pretty wild that's what gets me to do a video, and I'm like super happy about it because it's just crazy times. But there was another couple other things I wanted to talk about. So this whole Planet X thing. So if you guys subscribe to Israeli News Live with Stephen Ben-Noon, and I'm not really a huge fan of his wife, Anna, I think her name is. She's like a know-it-all. And she seems like she doesn't even really mention her husband in the videos. Like, it's all her, and I don't like that. But anyways, so they're talking about September, that there's going to be asteroids hitting the Earth, and, you know, they're constantly kicking the can down the road. So who knows what's going to happen, but now Trump's talking about, you know, delaying the election, which I think is awesome, unless you're not a Trump supporter. I think regardless, I think he's part of that upper echelon anyways, that he's just kind of placating us, you know, whatever the case is. But what else was there? Was something else I wanted to mention. Um, damn it, I forgot. But anyways, so if you live in Missouri, if you live in Wisconsin or around Wisconsin, and you want to have a group of people to be secure with, we have a group of people that we already have a bug out location. We have our, if you go on our videos, we have a bug out trailer and this and that and weapons and night vision goggles and food and blah blah blah. But if you are near Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, Wisconsin, Illinois, Michigan, you can give me a call at 414-477-7845 or email me at Time Machine Transport. That's TIME, Time Machine Transport, the number 1, at gmail.com. And if you are looking for a group of people to be with when shit hits the fan, give us a holler. We're vetted people. We're all, blue collar workers at the end of the day. You guys know if you subscribe to my channel, my wife's a nurse and blah, blah, blah. I'm former military. But yeah, things are getting that bad to where you need to make sure that you have a plan B, that you have somebody to hook up with. So even if you don't live in just those areas, say for instance, live in Nebraska or whatever, you can still reach out to us or anywhere around the country. Just reach out to us, and we already have a pretty cool locations. So, but we're, the more people you have, the more security you have, and that's obviously the most important is having. You could have all the food and water or water purification and weapons and ammo and bug out gear and this and that, but if you don't have means to protect it, and I mean 24-hour security, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, you're going to get it taken away from you, unfortunately. So yeah, anyways, for those of you that live in Missouri, or for those of you that are coming through Missouri, it doesn't seem like you need a mask, unless you're one of the people, you're a slave and you wear a mask, and I guess I am insulting you. I'm not sorry for that, but the gals behind the counter were saying, because when I told them, I said, hey, listen, this is very refreshing especially coming out of Oklahoma, because I went through Arkansas. I didn't stop in Arkansas. And then obviously I stopped in Missouri a couple times. But the older gal was like, this is all political. This is all political. So, at least there are other people, man, that are on board with this. That the same thing that we're all thinking. If you don't wear a mask and you don't want to wear a mask, and so on and so on. Man, it really was just awesome. So, anyways, if I think about what I was gonna say, because I wanted to touch on a couple things, but I don't know, maybe I'm still just that excited about not wearing a mask. So, or not me wearing a mask, but just that excited seeing other people not wearing a mask in public on the other side of the cash register. So, anyways, I hope this video finds you well. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Ciao.